Well, g'day guys, Rusty here. I'm here with Scott, and Scott's a sponsored shooter for Defiance.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. How are you, Scott?
Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, good. Enjoying the booth?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been busy.
Yeah, I imagine so.
We're actually kind of slow right now. It was usually there's a line going out here, but you guys caught us at a good time.
So we picked a good time. Fantastic. So you're sponsored for the PRS by Defiance, is that?
Yes, sir.
Right. And how long have you been shooting PRS type events?
I've been shooting PRS since it started 2012. So, and then of course I shot in matches before that, before the PRS came a thing. So it was. And now, you know, the PRS started off with I think 7 or 8 matches, 9 matches, something like that. Now there's one a week, basically. Sometimes 2 on a week. Yeah.
So imagine you're obviously not going to get to all of them. How many PRS matches would you normally do in a season?
7 to 9.
Yeah. And is that what you need to do to qualify for you?
No, if you shoot well, you can do it in 3. I mean, they're taking your three best matches during the season. So your 3 best scorers. But this was a particularly long season because the last year's season ended in September, and now this year went all the way to January. So you're talking about a 16-month season. So the future seasons are going to be more like anywhere from 11 to 13 months. So, you know, if I get 5 or 6 into the season, a normal season, I'll be happy.
Yeah, okay. And so I was going to ask you, and I haven't bet you for this one, but we've got the finale coming up next week. We'll be there as well, so look forward to seeing you shoot, put some pressure on you. What do you do to prepare for a shoot like that? What's your usual process?
My usual process is basically as soon as I come off of a match, I start load development all over again. So I just do the same things over and over again. I make sure that my brass is good, my load is solid, and then after that I'll go to the range and I'll just confirm, you know, what my bullet BC is, what my velocity is, and I'll make sure that, you know, my Kestrel's tuned up. And then right now I really haven't been able to practice a whole lot.
You said it's been pretty cold.
It's been negative 11. So, I mean, I'll go. I just don't feel like practicing in that. I mean, it's too cold, you know. So, a long time ago, I used to practice a lot. I used to get on barricades and wacky stuff. I used to find stuff to shoot off that you just normally wouldn't. You know, you wouldn't go, hey man, I can make that shot in the prone. Yeah, well, let's see if we can do it off of, you know, like playing horse with Kevin. You know, I'm like, hey, let's get a ladder out here and see if we can do it off of a ladder.
Oh, I thought you made Kevin the horse. And then
Kevin
shot across it.
Yeah, yes. Playing horse, like basketball horse. Pick your shot, you know, pick your poison kind of a thing. But now, I pretty much, there's so much going on in Washington, Oregon, Idaho with the Pacific Northwest Precision Rifle League that I can shoot a match a week. So that's really my practice now, because there's so many different things that match directors do to you that you just can't think of on your own. So you're better off just going and shooting a match. And there's only so much you can get out of practice. I mean, when you first start, and practice is a great thing, dry fire is a great thing. But once, I don't know, that I could be totally screwing this up, but I mean, I just don't really feel like practicing anymore. So,
Good.
You know, it's like,
that's right. Well, proof will be in the pudding next week. We'll see. I'm sure you'll be fine, Scott.
I hope so. If I can get past the first 2 or 3 stages, I'll be okay. If I don't drop too many points there, I'll be fine. I'll be like, okay, I'm in a rifle match now.
Yeah, better get into it.
Right. Better figure it out.
Hey, if you don't go so well in the first stage or 2, just come with us. We'll go to the pub.
I'm emotionally durable, so I mean, if I don't cry about it. I don't get all pissed off. I'm like, yeah, I suck. So, but this is actually, I'm kind of excited about this match, and because it's more of a field fire match. So that's kind of what I like to do. I like to have to find the target, you know, and have a real wide field of fire. I don't do as well on the flat range, fast, lots of different positions and stuff. But when it comes to, longer distance and having to find targets and, they're kind of obscured and stuff like that, I just like that type of style. That's more my style, yeah. So I hope this match is like that. If it's not, I'm fucked. But.
Now the Defiance actions you're running, what about them do you like?
What I like about them is the clearances and the tolerances. So the clearance between parts is so consistent. The tolerances that they hold are super consistent. So I mean, I wouldn't try this at home, but I've done it where I've taken a barrel off of one action, put it on another. It head spaces and shoots. So I mean, as far as a gunsmith goes, these things are super easy because they're super consistent. I mean, as far as you can basically pre-cut barrels for these actions. And you're going to be well within SAMI specs. They start everything with a hard edge lathe on the front. So, and it cuts to the 5 zeros behind the decimal point. So after that, everything after this, that's where they start their measurements. And then the machine comes in and indexes off the measurements and then starts cutting. So consistency on these actions insane. And I've got one that I left in the white. I never put a coating on it, didn't melanite it or anything, didn't Cerakote it. And it's 4.5 years old. I've got 17,000 rounds on it. And it's better now than when I bought it.
It's just warming up.
Yeah, it's just now broken in. Right? And plus, you can. I don't think anybody's going to hold the same tolerances and clearances as Defiance. The quality here is, it can be matched, but it's difficult, and there's nothing out there that's better. And then the people. So I'm a people person, and you could shoot for anybody. You could buy anybody else's product. And I don't shoot for folks that I don't like. I don't dig their product. I'm not gonna say yes and be like, yeah, I'll rep your stuff and I'll support you if I don't like them. So, and these guys are awesome. One of the things that was interesting happened about 6 months ago with one of these actions. A guy put a double charge of H110 pistol powder into like a 6 Creedmoor and detonated his rifle. Right? Blew it up. The action saved his life. I mean, everything from the action forward blew out. The barrel's gone. It's in tiny pieces. And he went to Defiance and said, "Hey, man, I want to thank you guys. I totally screwed up. This action saved my life because it's such a hard metal. It's pre-hardened 416." And Defiance is like, "Well, can we have the action back?" And they're like, "Well, yeah, here you go." And he's like, they cut him a new action and gave it to him, even though he messed it up. And they replaced the action.
Good people to deal with, as you said.
Oh, unbelievable, yeah, unbelievable folks. So it's easy for me to be like, yeah, Defiance is the best action out there, and great people. They'll take care of you.
It's a good combination.
Yeah.
And you've been working on something new.
Yeah, we got something new out here. So you've got you really have three lengths of action. So you've got your standard deviant, and you've got your XM action, and then you've got a long action. So these are all the same action, just different lengths. So I shoot a bizarre cartridge. I shoot a 6.5 by 55 improved, and I've been choking it off in the regular short action, so I can run it at 2.95 overall length, with an accurate mag. And I've been wanting to run it and that's with 10 thou free bore. So I've been wanting to run it with 200 thou free bore since I made the cartridge. And I've been dreaming about doing a magazine for this action because this action is a 1/4 inch longer. So we'll line these things up. It's a 1/4 inch longer exactly. Right, than the regular action. And the box magazine here is 3.25 inches. And so what I did was I made a box magazine for it, 3.25 inches. So now, anything 308 with long, heavy bullets, 260 Ackley, your 55, your 57, your short mags, your Remington short mag, your Winchester short mag, are now you can run them at full length and full charge. Yeah, it's a big deal. You don't have to run them in a long action. You know, you won't, the difference, you know, here's your long action, you know, here's your short action, and I mean, the difference is a ½ inch shorter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you won't even know the ¼ inch extra, you know, when you're doing your bolt throw. And, you know, I think this is the wave of the future as far as your...
That's brilliant. Yeah,
yeah, because bullet technology has taken us there. And there's the 6'5" guys. Yeah. Ed and Steve, good dudes, man. Have you?
Yeah, I want to say good day.
They got a lot of good content.
Yes, I know.
They got another content coming out. I did a video with them about my reloading. It's a 10. It takes me 30 rounds to find my load. Brand new gun, brand new powder, brand new bullet. I just do a 10 round. What I call it is my 10 round. 10 round ladder load development. So I'll take about 1.5 grains below where I think I'm going to end up, and I'll go up by 0.2s, and then I look for a velocity flat spot. So it's basically OCW with technology.
Yeah, nice.
It really is just OCW with technology.
Let's check out that video.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's easy because what happens, you get this. You get where 0.2 grains makes a 20 foot per second difference, and it'll go like that, and then you'll get into a node where 0.6 doesn't make doesn't change it at all. You've seen this, right? Where boom, boom. What you do is you load in the middle of that, and then your extreme spreads are going to be low, and then you can hit stuff at distance. Yeah. After that, you tweak load length a little bit, and away you go.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We'll have to link to that video.
So if you've seen that and you're reloading, where you're like, holy cow, I just went up ½ grain and it didn't, and it's the same speed, right? Okay, that's a node. And I think it has less to do with the powder and more to do with the bullet weight, barrel density, and twist. Because there's been a paper out there about barrel time, how long the bullet's in the barrel is going to determine your harmonics. And because I've done, like with that, when I first did that cartridge, I tried 17 different powders with it. I mean, literally H100V all the way to Retumbo, Reloader 17 all the way to 26. IMR 4451 all the way to 79, 77, and to include 78, 28. And then Winchester 760, 780, Botbury 170, 160, 560, 570. I tried 17 targets. And if I was right around 3,000 feet per second, they all shot good. Didn't matter. Powder didn't matter.
As long as you got that timing right.
Yeah, as long as you got the speed right. So it's a velocity pressure node, not necessarily a powder. That's my theory on it anyway. But
I like it.
But anyway, so
to cover back from where we were was you were talking about bullet technology.
Yeah, I mean, bullet technology is carrying us to longer and longer. The requirement for a longer action. You look at your F-class guys, they're single feeding because they want to run a heavier bullet with different powder, and this will allow us to use that F-class style load with a box magazine. Yeah, so now, you know, and you look at the Hornady 147, you're going to need, even with the 6.5 Creedmoor, if you want to run it, you're going to need a longer action because the free bore on that's going to be 250, 300 thou. You know, unless you want to jam that bullet way down in the case and burn up powder space, right? So
give yourself as many options as you can using something like that.
That's right.
So are these going to come out to market, Scott?
They're going to come to market. We're going to go through Alpha Mags. It's going to be a Defiance XM magazine. So we're sourcing our mags. The action's already done. Defiance already is doing the bottom metal. Masterpiece Arms is doing a chassis, and then McMillan and Manners has already got the inlay. So it's all we needed was the magazine.
Are they backwards compatible? Can you run a standard AI style?
This is, well, you won't be able to run a regular AI magazine because it'll be too long. It'll be too short.
Yeah, I won't make the feed.
But you will be able to run whatever cartridge you want in there, even if it's shorter than what you need. So This gives you options. You'd be able to do a switch barrel, say 6.5 284 and 6 dasher if you wanted to.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, then you'd have I don't do a dasher, but I do a 6mm and a 6.5. So the 6.5 is a much bigger cartridge than my 6mm, obviously. But a few of the matches that I shot in this year, I just struggled with the 6.5 because it was just too much rifle. They had small targets on straps. So you blast that thing with the 6.5 and it goes and it wraps around itself and then it unravels, and then you're sitting there waiting 30 seconds for it to stop moving to take a shot at it, versus the 6mm guys are like boom, 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 because the target wouldn't move that much, right? So, that 6.5 is sometimes just a little bit too much rifle, but at where I'm at out west, as soon as you get west of the Mississippi, sometimes that 6mm is not enough.
Okay.
It's just not enough. I mean, a lot of the matches we have out on the West Coast, it's not uncommon to have 1,400 yard targets. And wind.
And wind. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I was a little skeptical of the whole crosswind jump thing until I moved out to Eastern Washington, and where I zero in my house, it's either like a 20-mile-an-hour left to right or a 20-mile-an-hour right to left.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
so the difference.
Yeah, crosswind jump.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. It's real.
Nothing like proof.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome, Scott. Well, thank you very much for your time today.
Thanks, buddy.
We look forward to seeing you in just over a week at the finale.
Yeah.
And good luck.
And I think I'm going to end up down in Australia at some point in time.
We are going to see you there. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So get you out shooting.
Absolutely. Awesome.
Terrific, Scott. Thanks, mate. Cheers.
That's probably one of the best things you can
That
do.
means you must be doing it quite a bit then.
Oh yeah. Well, I work from home a lot, and I have to admit that during conference calls, I put them on mute. It's like,
I hope they're not watching.
Ranges are 437, 321, 507. 60 seconds. Starting point is right here on this corner. So you'll be standing here with your rifle, mag in, ready to roll, bolt open.
You're gonna lose.
Yeah. Notice.